Welcome to a special edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
And getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. We are nearly... Well, a momentous decision, DA. Thank you. As we get a break in the action, now let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Brooklyn, right now at the playoff start, they would have the 7th seed. And, of course, New York, down 5 spots from them.
And right now for the Nets, they've shown me some very good things.
Oh, that was terrific!
Boy, he loves pounding that ball. Randall driving right through contact.
And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans. After trading away Porzingis, they were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking they refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles, but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues.
Boy, LeVert gets really good elevation when finishing. So smooth around the rim.
Left side, Gibson. Randall right side. Kicks to Barrett. The leaner. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. There's the pass to LeVert. The Nets working the ball around now. Good work there as it goes.
Boy, Karis LeVert has done a nice job elevating his playmaking ability, which helps him and his team.
To the inside. Randall puts the move on, and Randall throws it down.
Well, nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
LeVert finds Allen. And the call will be against Julius Randle. That is his first foul of the game. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for New York. Harris looking it over. Looks for Thomas. Gets it to him. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Mark, some of those lottery-bound teams now giving more minutes to their younger players, developing them, looking into the future, which means more veterans, unfortunately, will have to sit and watch.
And, you know, I always say this, and it's much easier said than done, but you're a professional, whether you're in the rotation, a young player or an old player, you have to approach it in a professional manner. And that means accepting the good with the bad, the sweet with the bitter, and that takes a maturity level. You know, when the trade deadline is behind you, you only can control what you can control, and that's what veterans should be about.
And hopefully the coach communicates the ideas behind the move, too.
I like that, but there's no obligation to do so.
Right.
And a great front office in Brooklyn. General manager Sean Marks taking over in 2016, and he just signed an extension.
And you know, guys, that San Antonio tree has some great branches on it all over the league, and he's one of them. I mean, he's been a player, a coach, has worked in the front office. And Marks understands all sides of the basketball business. Unselfish, good vision, nice dime by Julius.
Harris passes to Chioza. Pass to LeVert. The 3. Chioza, no good. The Knicks with the lead. Here's Randall. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. 6 points for Julius Randle.
Showing quickness off the dribble, something that separates Randall from most other power forwards.
Thomas, and the layup's good off the glass.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Passes it to Harkless. Allen against Robinson. Now here's Payton. He's guarded closely. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Harkless. Here's Randall. Brooklyn with the rebound. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Yeah, and that turned the tide, the rebounding differential. They've got to focus and make it a team effort to really pound the glass.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Brooklyn called for the foul.
Elfrid Payton is known primarily for his playmaking ability. The way he moves the ball is exactly what you want from your point guard.
And a new group in for the Knicks. Bobby Portis is checked in for Robinson. Kevin Knox comes in for Randall. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Harkless. And Ellington is subbed in for Barrett. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for New York. A shot by Ellington, no good.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Here's Temple. The shot, no good. And New York the other way now. And the basket by Knox.
Good, solid execution inside. That's exactly the look you want.
Brooklyn trailing. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's Johnson outside. It's rebounded by Portis. For New York, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Johnson can't get it to go.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
And it's Bullock missing. Up in time. Oh, he gets it to go. Wow.
It counts.
And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Nets lead by 1. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back.
I don't really limit myself to one position.
And with all the switching we see teams, Greg, employing right now, that defensive versatility is highly prized, highly valuable.
And Johnson, an excellent athlete. He's got the tools to impact the game both offensively and defensively.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Knox out there with Portis. Then there's Wayne Ellington. Then there's Reggie Bullock. And it's Ntilikina in at the point. Well, Clark, as one Latvian makes his way out of New York, another Latvian, Kuruc, makes his mark with the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, you know, the second rounder making an impact right out of the gates, ready to be an NBA impact player. He's an efficient scorer, a versatile defender. So far, so good from what I've seen.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Knicks. And a change for the Nets. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Here's Kuruc. Shoots over Portis, and the shot goes in from Kuruc. Kuruc has got the lead up to 5 now for Brooklyn. Knox the pass to Portis. Back to Knox. Here's Ntilikina. Off the mark and a bad shot there. For the Nets, they come into this one following a loss to the Warriors. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting a shot. Thank you so much. For the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Portis, and Barrett subbed in for Knox. Lance Thomas, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Joe Harris comes in for Garrett Temple. Harris misses. Knicks trail by 3. Pass to Ntilikina. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Chalk up 2 there.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement. You know, for a team like the Nets building without top picks, player development becomes critical. I mean, the Nets have made that a key focus for their franchise, and you can see the results paying dividends now.
From deep, Johnson. It's rebounded by New York. 3 on 3. Here's Bullock. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Bullock's got his first bucket of the night.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Mark, you were talking about the Nets player development. Guys like Spencer Dinwiddie and Joe Harris were signed as free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, a coaching staff dedicated to taking them to the next level in terms of improvement and player development. The investment they make in their top-notch training facility, all of that focus paying off for them.
Robinson misses.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Here's Karuch, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Boy, the energy, the passion, Gibson plays with a real fire inside, an aggressive dunker.
The Nets have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Now here's Johnson. Defense is right there. Thomas passes to Harris. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
You know, Harris loves to shoot it outside, but I like seeing him capitalize from there, too.
And Robinson throws it down. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Thomas. Robinson with the block. Here's Barrett. Nice D from Crawford.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss. And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And stolen by Thomas. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Harris. That misses off the backboard. New York trailing. Bullock passes to Gibson, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Gibson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Knicks.
Thank you, Kevin. Alfred, what's working for you guys in the first half? How did you get yourselves going?
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a 1-point game at the end of one. If you look at... That's all for now.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Nice game. Great performance by Julius Randle.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Caris LeVert. Thomas is out there with Joe Harris. And there's Jared Allen. And it's Gioza in at the point guard position.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
A nice shot by LeVert. Zone defense, Clark, being played now by a lot of teams. It's amazing that even with that, the point totals just continue to rise.
And you know what? I attribute the point totals continuing to rise to a couple of things. One, the volume of three-point shots that are being taken. And I think teams are playing at a little faster pace universally. You don't see as much walking the ball up the floor as I think you may have seen in years past.
Fires for 3, and the basket by Knox. Knox has got the lead up to 3 now for the Knicks.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Here's Chioza. And it's denied. They retain possession. Thomas, and gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. For Brooklyn, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. That free throw good from Thomas. Luwawu is checked in for the Nets. So he gets them both. And for Frank Ntilikina, some questions as to where he is best suited.
I mean, for me, I like when he plays more off the ball. I mean, he's shown that he could become a scorer when he only has to worry about that aspect of his game. Still very young and has a great set of skills with which to work.
And there's the pass to Knox. It's hauled in by Thomas.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Kevin, we know one thing. In New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Allen, right side. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. The Knicks leading by 5, inside. And it's sent back by Allen.
Don't challenge him. Get that out of here. Allen's almost 7 feet now. He's got excellent timing and good bounce.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Garrett Temple has checked in for the Nets. In transition, here come the Nets. Yep, it counts.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Al Payton, he gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Luwawu, the pass to Chioza. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
It's really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Pass to Randall. Stolen away. For the lead. Doesn't go that time. Good D by Payton.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
LeVert finds Allen. Back to LeVert. For the tie. Allen controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, you see the hustle from Allen there, guys, and his relentlessness and the mindset to keep at it really allows him to gobble up those offensive boards.
Here's Ellington, and the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another. 5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Here's Randall, banked in off the glass. Now it's a 5-point Knicks lead.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passing. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist. Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
And he uses the glass on the layup. Randall's got the lead, back up to 5 now for New York.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Allen against Portis. Back to LeVert. Shoots the 3. But they recover it. Allen goes back up.
Allen showing you his craftiness, adept at using his shot fake to get the defenders off the ground.
The Nets haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5. And the first one drops. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here. in the second despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Here's Portis, and there are the Knicks with another bucket.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Knicks lead by 5. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to fire.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too, Greg. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Randall and Portis patrol the middle. Elfrid Payton is out there with Wayne Ellington, and it's Harkless in at the 3. That's the 5 for New York right now. The Knicks leading by 5. Up top, Randall. And Randall throws it down.
You know, guys, every year Randall seems to improve as a scorer. You know, he's looking more and more confident, more comfortable out there scoring the ball.
Here's Allen. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. And 12 points for Allen.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Ellington from outside. Kept alive by New York. Payton finds Ellington. Some nice passing by New York here. Clock at 6. Three-pointer. Knicks with a new 14.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Temple dishes to Thomas. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
And he makes that one.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession for the Knicks. Gibson comes in for Bobby Portis. And Barrett subbed in for Wayne Ellington. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for the Nets. To the middle. Here's Thomas. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Julius Randle picks one up. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for New York.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Maurice Harkless. And a change for the Nets. Chioza's checked in to the paint. And Gibson sends it down.
A good defender who uses his body well. Gibson is capable of blocking shots.
The Knicks leading by 6. Here's Payton. Excellent D there from Allen.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Basket counts.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
LeVert's checked in for Tyler Johnson. Outside Thomas. Passes it to Chioza. Harris, right side. Shoots over Bullock. But on that shot, with that, the Knick lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Harris.
Harris has been in these situations before. He's a veteran player and very calm taking the big shots.
Now, here's Bullock, guarded by Harris. Shots good by Gibson. And the Knicks lead by 4.
Gibson loves coming through for his team when they need him to.
It's LeVert on the wing. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Man, what a shot. LeVert answering the call. After all he's been through, enjoying the moment. Well done.
Down low. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. The Knicks making a switch here. Harkless has checked in. There's 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. Barrett kicks to Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Rebounded by the Nets. Allen finds LeVert. Over Barrett. And he hits it to tie the game up.
You know, this is why they go to LeVert, guys, because he's shown he can come through for his teammates.
And Randall throws it down.
Calm when it counts. Randall has that clutch DNA.
Three-pointer, LeVert. That one's not going to go. The Knicks go the other way with it. Back to Randall. Trying his luck from deep. It's hauled in by Harris. And it's Harris with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Here's Chiozza. Got it. A huge shot to tie it up.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Payton attacking. Here's Gibson. Count it!
Tremendous court awareness by Payton.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. Harris outside. .26 seconds left to play here in the fourth. To take the lead. Nails the tray.
And Harris plays with such freedom and fearlessness. He's a guy you can count on to take and make big shots.
Payton with the ball. It's off.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
He knocks down the clutch free throw. And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here. Now here's LeVert. Here's Chiozza. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. So a close game sees New York take this one. That was a fun night of basketball. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.
NBA 2K21 demo is here. And in the demo, you can get a head start on your My Career by jumping in.
There below is... As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Brooklyn, they're in 7th and looking to hold on to that seed for the playoffs. And, of course, the Hornets, a few slots below them.
And you know, for the Hornets, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
Yeah, they're kind of in that caught-in-the-middle type group. You know what I mean? You wonder if they need a personnel change to get over the hump.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. They've got Washington, also Biyombo out there. Bridges out there with Rozier, and it's Graham in at the 2 guard. And for Brooklyn, they've got Joe Harris. Jared Allen is out there with Lance Thomas. Then there's Karis LeVert, and it's Chioza in at the point guard. Chris, you look at the grind of a regular season. Adam Silver seems open to fewer games or even fewer minutes per game. What do you think of that?
This is one that I'm not with, Kevin. You know, in my day, you had guys play 82 games. And let's go back to the days of Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. They were playing in shoes that basically were socks, and they didn't have tape, and they didn't have all the things that we're privy to in the medical industry. So I think we should keep it at 82 games and minutes the same, because it keeps a full context of sports where you can talk about Harden versus or Westbrook versus a Big O. It keeps the argument in the same place. I think fewer games, fewer minutes starts to change the dynamics and the expectations of what players can do. I don't mind changing and adding tournaments, letting guys get more rest, but I think the number of games and the minutes of the game has to stay 48 minutes, has to stay 82 games in my opinion.
Very interesting. Now, here's Biyombo. He's coming off a 10-point game against Miami.
And don't leave out his rebounding, Kevin. I mean, he had a big impact in that game with all his effort on the glass.
For so long, the Hornets have been a perimeter-oriented team. Chris, now they need to find an impact big man.
Yeah, well, Jay, remember, they did have a couple of good years with Al Jefferson, where he was a force inside. But that was the last time the team made the playoffs. More balance in their attack would do wonders for this offense.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Nets shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well. Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Washington passes to Biyombo. LeVert grabs the miss.
Their first miss after a perfect 4-for-4 start. Still, I really like the game plan they've come out with.
And again, it's the Nets missing. For Charlotte, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. To the inside, here's Washington. Got a hand on it. Rozier against LeVert. On the wing, Harris. From past the arc. A three-pointer is right on target.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Graham surveying the floor. Biyombo, no luck.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup. Gotta get the whole team pumped up.
He gets it in there.
Oh, they've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
Charlotte in the lead. Now Graham. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami.
And that didn't come at the cost of his defense. In fact, I think it fed his defense. He had 4 steals in that game.
The Nets have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. From deep. Harris's shot is off. Last outing for Charlotte was a loss to the Heat. Pass to Biyombo. It's tipped and stolen by Harris. Now here's LeVert. Graham defending, and Allen slams it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
Biombo, no luck.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
He goes up again. Allen dishes to Harris. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even. Harris has got 5 points so far.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And it's sent back by Allen.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's LeVert. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Here's Chiota. And Rozier pulls it down. Hornets have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Stolen by LeVert. Here's Harris. And the layup falls. Harris has got his 3rd basket of the night.
He'll take advantage of that kind of soft defense every time. Just give him a chance to attack the basket, and he will.
Back to Biombo. Just 4 seconds left to play here in the first. Tie game in Brooklyn. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Garrett Temple is out there with Johnson. And it's Crawford, and it's Luwawu in at the 4 spot.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
To the middle. And Crawford with the basket on the assist by Johnson.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And Batum kicks to Zeller. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Passes to Washington. Drops it in from 11 feet. Washington's got 8 points.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Brooklyn Nets come into this one following a loss to the Warriors. Temple can't get it to go.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot, plain and simple. Just trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they'll be one of the more disciplined teams you'll find in this league. I mean, they keep mistakes to a minimum on both sides of the ball. That's a big part of why the Hornets are tough to play.
And Bacon pulls it down. Hornets leading by 4. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. The city hosted the All-Star game last season. But for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you.
And registering one of the highest verticals at the NBA Combine, Jella can send your shot back.
So Rozier will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. 4-point game. And Chris, for the Hornets, as we know, their coach Borrego preaches preparation.
Well, yeah, and it shows it up in the stats, Kevin. I mean, they're the best in taking care of the ball. The team does not take silly fouls on defense.
Jared Allen's checked in for Jamal Crawford. Graham kicks to Bridges. And the pass to Graham. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. They get a hand on it. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And a moment here to look at the numbers for Jared Allen. 3rd in shooting percentage, 14th in blocks, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And it's a strong accomplishment. 3rd best in field goal percentage. He just refuses to take bad shots. That's why his coaches love him. Joe Harris is checked in for the Nets. Johnson. Bridges with the board.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
Batum, good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Inside. And the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Caruth.
Oh, great flow to that possession. 2 players totally in sync with each other.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Lance Thomas, he's checked in for Caruth. Pass to Graham. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the half. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Graham's got 6.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
Biombo, he's checked in for the Hornets. And Greg, safe to say, Allen's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside.
Thomas, but he recovers it. There's Shields, And again, it's the Nets missing. Charlotte leading by 4. Pass to Bacon. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The Hornets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. The first free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Three-pointer, LeVert hits the three-point bomb. LeVert's got his second basket of the night.
But the D didn't do a good enough job on him. He could be an ace when he gets a good look at 3.
Bridges passes to Biombo. That one misses. Excellent D there from Allen. Harris inside, defended by Bridges, and it's all evened up. He's got 9.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Bacon. Pass to Bridges. From outside the arc. And that'll do it for the first half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Nothing seemed to give way on. And that does it for our halftime.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Joe Harris with a strong contribution so far in this one.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Washington out there with Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Graham in at the 2 spot. We often talk about problems between the players and fans. I'm sure there are some things that fans do, Chris, that players do appreciate.
Oh, yeah, Kev. And you know what we really appreciate? The good trash-talking fans.
Oh, really?
The clean trash-talking fans. Oh, Weber, you suck. You can't shoot. Oh, so what? You just dunked on the whole team. Like, don't stop in the first quarter, good fans. You know, keep going when I'm giving it to you all game long. So you love that. You love the crowds, too, that don't need to be hyped up. by a PA guy. You love the ones that are just so sincere. When they see that kissing camera come on, they go crazy, or they're just cheering for both teams in great play, though they want their teams to win. And you love, again, the creative heckler, the one that had to think about it the day before, like the ones that comes in with the sign and it's a picture of you crying or look like you're crying with words under, like, hey, you didn't get asked to prom today, or the face on Chris after he missed the shot. You love that because it is a great relationship. Don't be fooled, and you know this, Kevin. It's a great relationship between players and the fans, and we need those fans to heckle us, because when you heckle the best players, you usually get their best game.
Here's Allen, following the score by Charlotte. No good there, and the Hornets now going the other way.
That's their first shot of the half that hasn't found a mark. It's been a good start for them.
And it's Washington missing.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
Allen passes to Thomas. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Thomas got the lead up to 5 now for the Nets. And so Graham will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. To the paint. Here's Chiozza. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got his 4th assist in this one. Biyombo, the pass to Washington. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
Down low to the inside. Harris misses. Hornets trail by 5. And now here's Rozier, the fast break chance. His 3-pointers off the mark. The Nets have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the 3rd quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier, plays the game with Greg, I think, a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
Brooklyn leading by 3. A nice shot by LeVert. LeVert's got 5 points now this quarter.
And there's been a drop-off in their defense since halftime. I mean, they don't nearly have the same energy they did in the first half.
Here's Washington. Drops in the layup for 2. Washington's got 12 in the game.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Here's Harris. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Zeller, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Washington. And it's Batum in for Rozier. Here's Bacon. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. And Zeller kicks to Graham. Bacon, the pass to Zeller. Doubled by Crawford. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
And the Nets making a change here. Temple's checked in. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. And the basket by Caruth.
And after a first half in which their offense shot under 40%, they've got the lead, and they should count themselves to be lucky.
Well, when Batum, Kevin, spots a wide-open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game play. And stolen by Zeller. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Kicks it out to Johnson. To the middle. The pass to Luau. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Nets lead by 5.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
Pass to Batum. Lets it go from deep. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Nets lead by 5. And will return shortly. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. They've got Garrett Temple. Karuch is out there with Nuwawu. Then it's Johnson, and it's Allen, and it's the pivot spot manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Bacon. Jared Allen making his last shot.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
Batum with the steal. And again, Charlotte running the court in transition, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning. He is going to hammer it home.
Here's Luau. Allen surveying the D. Pass to Karuch. That one goes in. Karuch has got the lead up to 7 now for the Nets.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but defensively, neither side has been able to adjust, and that's reflected in the score.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Shot left block. The putback. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Nets lead by 7.
His energy level has never dropped in his game. I mean, he's working his tail off, and the D struggling to keep up.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Now here's Johnson. Here's Temple. Johnson finds Allen. And foul on. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Chioza passes to Allen. Shoots over Bridges. And Thomas with the second chance points.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Here's Washington. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
And here is Harris. Fast break now for Charlotte. Rozier kicks to Bridges. Graham with the ball. Now Thomas defending. Passes it to Graham. A 3-ball. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Inside, here's Allen, and slam dunk by Allen.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Biombo, and then Biombo with the dunk.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight.
Harris, good.
I mean, he hit that shot from the next town over. Kev, what a shot.
Bridges passes to Biombo. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
I love the fact that Bridges does a little bit of everything, including passing the ball.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, easy call.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
They get what they want out of that trip. Now a 2-possession game.
Offensive rebound. Biombo. Here's Washington. Tries again. And that's 2 points on the layup. Washington's got 4 points this quarter.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Here's Washington. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And here's Thomas, who brings it up for Brooklyn. Leading by 5. Allen, right side. Harris outside. Here's the 3. Hornets with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And it's Rozier missing.
When D forgets about him on the perimeter, they're playing with fire. Lucky they don't get burned here.
Allen's shot is off.
Can't waste any time here.
And you're right. They desperately need a bucket, and every second matters.
It falls! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
At the line for your Nets,
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
And it's a wrap. Any chance they may have had for a comeback just went out the window.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game.
The Hornets making their grand entrance earlier. Looking good. To talk about this, David, some new ground certainly to look at. Thank you. So the New York starting 5. They've got Payton. Randall out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Mo Harkless, and it's Barrett at the shooting guard position. And for the Hornets, they've got Washington, also Biyombo out there. Terry Rozier is out there with Bridges, and it's Graham in at the 2-guard spot. Harkless the pass to Barrett. Out to Payton. New York moving it around. Pass to Harkless. Fires from the wing. A second chance effort. He doesn't hit that one. And the Hornets now going the other way. Out left to the wing. Bridges dishes to Graham. Rozier the pass to Graham. To the paint. Here's Washington. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. And he's flourishing as a scorer. But, Brent, how does Julius Randle take that next step?
Well, I think, Kevin, if he keeps improving on his consistency, shooting from that 10-foot to 16-foot range where guys are daring him to shoot and not wanting to deal with him driving into them. You know, last year he went up 6 percentage points from 35% to 41% in that 10 to 16-foot range. You keep seeing that kind of improvement, the growth in his game is going to come.
Now, here's Rozier. Following the miss by Julius Randle. 6 on the shot clock. Passes it to Rozier. Baseline try. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Looking at the Knicks, they want to turn it around after the loss to Atlanta. From 10 feet out, Randle no good.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Washington passes to Graham. Pulls it up. Second chance shot. Crafty move. And he sinks the layup. Graham's got the first points up on the board here for the Hornets.
And the lid's off. They're 1 for 4 to begin this one, but that shot might just get them going.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the call. Charlotte the foul.
And have to admire how hard Barrett goes. This kind of assertiveness is what makes defenders feel uneasy.
And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
Here's Graham. Following the basket by Elfrid Payton. Biyombo, no luck.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
It's good.
Well, recognizing the size mismatch and then turns it into an easy basket there. They've got to do a better job with defensive help.
Bucket is good. The Knicks with the lead. Randle finds Harkless. Back to Randle. And Randle throws it down.
Randle with a great effort there, up and athletic and at the rim.
And so Graham will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Last time these 2 teams came together was also in this building. They were able to win it for the home fans.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure, and that one didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
It took just a little bit of time, but once they figured out the D on that night, man, their offense was rolling.
Deflects the pass. Hornets trail by 6. Pass to Rozier. Here's Washington. Gibson with the steal. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Here's Barrett. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Bridges passes to Washington. Another shot. He lays it in.
Man, that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Now, here's Barrett. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Rozier, the pass to Biyombo. To the inside. Washington, that's good. Washington's got his second bucket of the night.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Rozier against Payton. Harkless kicks to Barrett. Over Graham. Barrett, no good.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Knicks lead by 4. And we'll be back right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Then there's Batum, and it's Graham in at the point. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
Well, the big story from the Knicks last season was the surprise trade that sent Porzingis to Dallas. Shook up the entire roster.
Well, never easy to trade a franchise player, but there was some rumblings that maybe Porzingis was not going to stay there long term. And a surprise deal made last year as Porzingis exited New York for Dallas. So the next opportunity for them was draft and free agency, and to try to get as flexible as they possibly could be for the next few years.
Now the pass to Zeller. Great D that time from Portis.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space, just clanked it.
Lets the 3 fly. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Last outing for Charlotte was a loss to the Heat. Graham, the pass to Bacon. Now Graham. Outside for Batum. There's the dish to Graham. Charlotte moving it around. Clock at 6. Bacon, the pass to Washington. Zeller trying to free himself up. Up again. New York leading by 4. Here's Knox. Off target at the rim. The Hornets have gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. Pass to Batum. Here's Washington. Dishes to Zeller. Washington passes to Batum. Inside. And that one drops for him. Washington's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Hornets. Got a piece of it. Batum with the steal. There's Bacon. And the dunk by Zeller.
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
Brett, so many guys are now shooting from well beyond the arc. Who do you think has the deepest range in the league?
I think Steph Curry has the most consistent, deepest range.
Lillard is in that category.
Lillard is in there, and of course, last year's playoff win will never go away in terms of what a great memory that was. Trae Young is now entering that category. Yeah, I mean, we saw that at the end of last year. His fearlessness in pulling up from just about anywhere has been pretty remarkable. And to that, I will add one Brook Lopez, who has found his way well beyond the three-point line.
He's a whole nother conversation.
We'll talk about him later.
We'll do that.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Picked off in midair. And here's the fast break. Batum passes to Washington. Here's Bacon. He's guarded by Bullock. Stolen by Robinson. Here's Bullock. We saw him with 10 points last game. This is it to Knox. Ntilikina looking it over. Over Zeller. Connects in the foul line jumper. Ntilikina's got the game tied up here for New York.
Hurting you now from there as Ntilikina's finding his range on those shots.
Pass to Graham. Here's Washington. Zeller trying to free himself up. Washington, that's good. Washington's got the lead up to 2 now for the Hornets.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Drains the jumper to finish the break.
Yeah, Knox trying to improve in this portion of his offensive game, distribution.
Bacon the pass to Washington. He kicks to Graham. Outside, Batum. There's the pass to Graham. Here's Washington. Outside, Batum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That shot missing. Great D that time from Portis. Here's Knox. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Tied. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. They never got too far behind and that should do it.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Knicks shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Knicks. Elfrid Payton is out there with Barrett. Then there's Mo Harkless. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Randall in at the power forward position. Count the basket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Right side Gibson. And there's another one for the Knicks.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Now, here's Bridges. Not a lot of room. Pass to Graham. Rozier with the ball. Kicks to Biyombo. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Biyombo's got 6 points.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
To the right side. And there's the foul. It'll go on Mo Harkless. That's his first foul. Wayne Ellington's checked in for New York. Substitution. Washington passes to Bridges. Here's Washington. Charlotte moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. They get it back. Biyombo. It's stolen by Barrett. It's Randall with the drive, and it's good. 2 points. Randall's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, Randall does a good job. His frame alone helps to create some space. Just with a little pivot there, able to find a way to score.
Washington passes to Graham. Biyombo trying to break free. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And that one, good.
And after a first half in which their offense shot under 40%, they've got the lead, and they should count themselves to be lucky.
Here's Washington. He's defended by Randall. Here's Biombo. Passes to Rozier. Here's Washington. Unable to get that one. Randall with some nice D. Here's Barrett. Randall, great positioning on the putback. And the Knicks lead by 4.
And the execution has just been off defensively here in the second. Play after play, it's almost as if they're a step slow.
Here's Biombo, and he uses the glass on the layup. Biombo's got 8.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Randall passes to Gibson, shoots over Biombo, and it's Gibson that time on the assist from Randall.
The man was wide open there, and Julius Randle understood the timing to get him the ball to get that score.
Washington passes to Biombo, and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Jump ball. Knocked loose, and so here is New York. And here's Gibson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. They lead by 4. For Charlotte, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. To the wing right side. And here we go. Payton heading to the hoop. It's good. Payton's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, you got to run with Elfrid Payton if he has the ball, or if he doesn't, he likes to get out in transition.
And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
Randall is looking like tonight he's capable of taking on the whole offensive load.
Hornets trail by 8. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Over in the corner, Rozier. Bridges passes to Washington. Looking to get back on track here. He takes it up and lays it in. Washington's got 12 points in the game.
All the way to the bucket, no resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
But we've seen indications of Payton and his all-around game, but we just would want to see the evolution of the shot come along, just more consistent from the outside. That's the next step.
So for the Knicks, Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Kevin Knox comes in for Wayne Ellington. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Barrett. Rozier the pass to Zeller. Back to Rozier. He dishes it to Zeller. Over to the wing. Feeds to Bridges. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Julius Randle picks one up.
I'll tell you, Bridges, you see the athleticism, the improving skill set, and the instincts are coming along.
Here's Randle. It'll count. And he drains the 3, but let's see, they may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again, and Julius Randle getting it done for the New York Knicks. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. They've got Bacon. Rozier's out there with Batum. Then it's Bridges. And it's Zeller into the center, locking down the middle. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. The putback. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got 4 rebounds in this game. Down low, here's Bridges. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
just good at drawing fouls. Bridges plays well in traffic and through the contact.
Harkless is checked in for Kevin Knox. Good on the second free throw. The Knicks leading by 3. Ellington with it. To the middle. Batum with the steal. Now here's Rozier. Ellington defending. Zeller passes to Bacon. Back to Zeller. Over in the corner, Batum. 3 on the clock. Robinson pulls it in. Bridges with the steal. Outside, Batum. Pass to Zeller. Here's Bridges. Lays it up and banks it in.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Bullock dishes to Robinson. Portis trying to free himself. Robinson, that's good. Robinson's got his first 2 points.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50. How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And it's a 7-point Knicks lead.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
The pass to Bacon. Now Zeller. He feeds it to Bridges, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
There's a fearlessness that Bridges brings to this team. He just welcomes the chance to take important shots.
Ellington kicks to Harkless. Drops in the tray. And the Knicks lead by 8.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Here's Bacon. Ellington defending. Bridges. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
New York moving the ball around. Robinson against Rozier. Pass to Bullock. Down low and stolen by Zeller. Over in the corner, Batum. Got a piece of it and stolen by Ellington. Batum with the steal. And a fast break now for the Hornets. And the dunk by Zeller.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace, that's a bad turnover.
The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Yes!
Just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning, and he is going to hammer it home.
Harkless on the wing. Passes it to Portis. Ellington with it. He kicks it to Bullock. Back to Ellington. And again, New York with the triple.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
Harkless on the wing. Pass to Bullock. Back to Harkless. Bullock with it. Now Harkless. On the wing, Ellington. And again, New York with the triple.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Batum inside the three-point line. Gets the bucket. So it's New York picking up the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem...
can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my player started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was gonna talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up
the activity in front of the Brooklyn New. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. Taking a look at Brooklyn, right now at the playoff start, they would have the 7th seed. And, of course, the New York Knicks, they're 5 spots away.
Yeah, I think for the Nets, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. We've got Mo Harkless. Taj Gibson is out there with Randall. Then it's Barrett, and it's Payton in at the 1 spot. And for Brooklyn, Lance Thomas out there with Harris. Then there's Allen. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Chioza in at the point. A lot of opinions, Doris, on who may be named the Coach of the Year. When you look at the criteria for you when you're voting, what do you look at?
Well, obviously, you think about who has the best record. That's the first thing you look at. And what has contributed to that best record. But it isn't only about that, right? You have to consider, number one, what's the roster challenges that head coach may have had to overcome? Did he have to deal with any mid-season trades? There are so many things that go into making up a great year as a basketball coach in the NBA. So many things. I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
Now, here's LeVert. He's coming off a 22-point game against Golden State.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Here's Thomas. It's deflected, and they're able to recover. Over Randall. Nice touch on the bank shot.
Boy, you can really see the playmaking evolving. When Karis LeVert is hitting wide-open teammates, it shows how special he can be.
And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Three-pointer, LeVert. The shot, no good. And New York will come the other way. Last time they met in New York.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well. The Nets had to be so judicious and so smart with every move they made because they did not have top draft selections. So you have to use cap space to acquire picks. They had to find sleepers in the draft. They had to find players who were probably undervalued and then develop those players. This is an organization that used every tool at their disposal.
So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Bobby Portis is checked in for Randall. Kevin Knox comes in for Harkless. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Barrett. And it's Ntilikina in for Payton.
Well, Taj Gibson is a pro's pro. The rugged power forward is known for his consistency. You can count on this guy game in and game out.
Luwabu's shot is off. And Doris, the Nets showed they could manufacture a rebuild.
Kevin, what the Nets did was not easy. But to me, it shows you exactly how critical quality front office personnel is to the success of an organization, and the Nets were on point throughout the process.
Here's Temple after the made shot from Bobby Portis. And it's Caruch missing. Here's Ntilikina. Rebound by Johnson. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Brooklyn. They trail by 7. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Allen. 3rd in shooting percentage, 14th in blocks, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And it's a strong accomplishment. Third best in field goal percentage. He just refuses to take bad shots. That's why his coaches love him. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for the Knicks. Pass to Luwawu. Allen outside. Here's Luwawu. He's guarded by Bullock. No good from Luwawu. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Back to Portis. Some nice passing by New York here. Plenty of space. That shot, no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Pass to Luwawu. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Portis, and Portis throws it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
17 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Luwawu, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Well, terrific job by Tyler Johnson to do exactly what they want him to do, find his open teammates.
Back to Portis. Let's go. 1 second left. No scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Knicks out front, leading by... Frank Ntilikina has established himself as a legit defender.
Defense is 80% of will and 20% ability. So
a young player with an advanced understanding of defense, and his length gives him an edge.
And his defense is something he enjoys. If he can put it all together at both ends, he's a player you can build around.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
I'll tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And New York, looking at who they've got. Robinson is out there with Bobby Portis. Then there's Reggie Bullock. Then there's Wayne Ellington. And it's Ntilikina in at the point.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
The pass to Bullock. Ellington kicks to Portis. Back to Ellington. Portis trying to free himself. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. What's the best combination of inside-outside basketball you see offensively now?
Well, 2 guys really come to mind immediately for me. It's Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis, because both men can face up and knock down shots in a legitimate enough fashion that you've got to get out and contest those guys. But the other side of this is they can play in the post and be a legitimate back-to-the-basket force who you've got to guard with more than one guy. I mean, how exciting, Kevin, are Joel and AD to watch play?
They are thrilling. I would agree. Ellington, that one, no good. Some solid defense from Harris. Randall finds Robinson to the paint. And Randall throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Over to the left wing. To the wing on the left. It's taken away by Payton. And here we go. Fast break. Ellington's got the ball. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got 3 assists in the game.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Robinson goes in. Randall outside. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
It'll go, and the New York leaders cut down to 9 in the bucket from Thomas.
Nothing better than reliability for a coach, right? And Thomas with the nifty move in the painted area.
Thomas against Robinson. No one near Payton as he lets it go. Misses the 3.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
Allen's checked in for the Nets. Karis LeVert comes in for Jamal Crawford. And a switcher also for New York. Harkless is checked in for Wayne Ellington. And that one is stuffed right through.
Well, Karis LeVert giving you a glimpse into how high that vertical goes. That is nice.
And Randall throws it down.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficient.
It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Well, at 6'7" doors, Karis LeVert describing himself as a point/shooting guard.
Well, why not? Because his slashing ability, his blinding speed off the dribble is really what makes him problematic. His burst is special, and it doesn't matter if he's going left or right.
Here's Chiozza.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Rodions Kurucs, he's checked in for Thomas. Then for the Knicks, Kevin Knox is checked in for Robinson. Reggie Bullock comes in for Barrett. And Frank Ntilikina's subbed in for Payton.
Absolutely ferocious finish from Mr. Knox. Just salute him.
Here's Kurucs. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Knicks leading by 10. Knox the pass to Ntilikina. They grab their own miss.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. To the inside. Here's Allen. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Well, you like to see Jared Allen play to his strength. Just terrific at cashing in on the interior.
Randall right side. Some nice passing by New York here. And Mo Harkless, the basket on the assist from Randall. Harkless has got the lead up to 12 now for New York. Allen right side. Lets it go from 14. And Harkless pulls it down.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Bullock, great positioning on the putback. Bullock's got his first bucket in this one.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backdoor.
Pass to Chiozza from downtown. It's rebounded by New York. Here's Knox. Off target from three-point range. It could go. And the last shot before the buzzer is off.
This is where the length of Kevin Knox helps him on the defensive.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
A stellar first half for Julius Randle. He had 14 points, 3 rebounds. And that does it for our half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We're seeing a tremendous game from Julius Randle.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
Oh, his power is unbelievable. An intimidating force when he's at his best.
We've got Lance Thomas. He's out there with Allen. Karis LeVert is out there with Harris. And it's Chiozza in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Great ball movement by Lance Thomas. This guy, one of the more unselfish players in the NBA.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for New York. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
LeVert the pass to Chiozza. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Chiozza's got 5 points in the quarter.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Well, think about the Nets' Kenny Atkinson, a finalist last season for NBA Coach of the Year. This young coach got a well-deserved contract extension. And what I love is his team competes at a high level every night.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
The Knicks leading by 13. Harkless the pass to Randall. Over Harris. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Doris, you think about how hard this Brooklyn team competes. I think they take right after their head coach.
I don't think there's any doubt, Kevin. Coach Atkinson is still willing to get on the court and jump into drills with his players. Let's remember, going back to the early days of his career, he was a player development coach. And before that, yes, he even played. That effort and willingness to break a sweat very much reflected in his group.
Pass to Temple. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Inside, Randall, and Randall throws it down.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Crawford outside. Offensive rebound, Nets. No good, shot missing. For New York, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Randall finds Payton. Passes it to Ellington, out to the right wing. Barrett the pass to Randall, and it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, you've got to watch those long arms of Jared Allen. Twice on the pipe, send it back.
Nets trail by 15. It's tipped, and there's the pass to Temple. And the layup's good off the glass. 8 points for Jared Allen.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end, but right now the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Payton against Johnson, and Randall throws it down.
You can see he just has a great overall feel for this game. Excellent job tonight.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
Johnson, the pass to Allen. Shoots over Portis. Allen's shot is off.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Boy, picking Jared Allen, number 22, back in 2017 has paid off for the Nets. This guy has proven already in his early 20s to be an NBA caliber starting center. Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Payton. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Payton's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And Jared Allen grew up in the Austin area and played near his home at the University of Texas.
Yeah, Kev, just one season with the Longhorns. He really came into the league considered a project, but boy, his development is truly ahead of schedule.
In transition, here come the Nets. Barrett with the ball. He has 5, and the shot goes down.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
35 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Luwawu. He feeds it to Crawford. He kicks it to Temple. Pass to Allen. 14 feet away. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
2 on none. No one back to stop this. Crawford, no one around him. And it falls over the rim and in. Crawford's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
And so it's the New York Knicks feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Doris, you played, you've coached, you've broadcast, you've done it all in this business. How did you like to be coached when you were a player at the very top of your game?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things were coaches who challenged me, those who would not allow me to accept the level I was currently at, those who wanted to push me and extend and expand my game. Listen, every player wants to be respected. Every player wants to feel valued. But the great ones to me, the LeBron James, the Kevin Durants, they want to be coached hard. They want you to push them to the greatest possible level they're capable of.
That's great insight. And New York, looking at who they've got. We've got Mitchell Robinson. Taj Gibson is out there with Knox. Then it's Barrett, and it's Bullock in at the 2. And second-round pick Kurucs ended up starting most of last season for the Nets as a rookie.
Well, think about it. Back in Europe, this guy was playing limited minutes for Barcelona. Some said they were trying to hide him from NBA scouts. But there is no question he is on everyone's radar now, Kev.
Passes it to Barrett. Back to Knox. Shoots the 3. The offensive rebound. Robinson. Doesn't go for him.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Oh, and here we go with Robinson. Nobody back.
Really good patience from Kevin Knox, understanding how to deliver a pass on time and on target.
Three-pointer, LeVert. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got his 5th rebound in this one. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Well, you look at the length of Knox, Doris, his arm span, his frame. He can be a handful.
No doubt. Kevin Knox is able, because of that frame you talked about, to shrug off contact and muscle through most players. His reach allows him to be disruptive on the defensive end. So in terms of the physical metrics, you love what this guy brings to the table.
Oh, and here we go. Knox has got it. The fast break chance. Robinson passes to Knox. The baseline J off the mark.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Harkless is checked in for Robinson. And so Thomas will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 19-point game. Harris passes to Kurucs. The shot's good. Kurucs has got 4 points in the quarter.
We so often identify Joe Harris as strictly a shooter, but this guy, he is a tremendous passer as well.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. The rebound by Gibson. The Knicks leading by 19 points. Here's Bullock. And he gets the bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Stolen by Bullock. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, hard to find a team more iconic in the NBA than the New York Knicks. They are a premier brand.
Greg, this is absolutely true. This is an organization that has played a few games in London that have helped them, and it hasn't seemed to matter that the team has struggled for an extended period of time. They remain a major media presence in a major market. The NBA is better when the New York Knicks are a factor.
New York with the ball. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. That shot missing. Excellent D from Thomas. Harris with it. Now defended by Randall. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Bullock dishes to Randall. Here's Payton. New York, no good that time either. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. The jump hook and the play by Thomas as he finishes it off for 2.
Wow, Joe Harris continues to improve as a passer. What a look.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Knicks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Julius Randle.
I think his steals tell the story. This guy was a disruptive force, and I don't think you can underestimate how important it is for a team to have someone in that role.
Hall passes to Allen. Excellent D that time from Robinson. For New York, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Some nice passing by New York here. Smith outside. Clock at 6. New York needs to get off a shot. Robinson misses.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
Hall covered by Smith. Here's Allen over Robinson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Dennis Smith.
Well, this is exactly the kind of position you want Jared Allen shooting from, right? He gets excellent position, makes defenders nervous this close. Good job drawing that foul.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Smith kicks to Dotson. Now the pass to Smith. Here's Dotson. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes, Greg, when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Allen.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got LeVert. Lance Thomas out there with Jared Allen. Then there's Harris. And it's Gioza in at the 1. And for the Hornets, Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. Then it's Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the 2 spot. And so the Charlotte Hornets get the first points of the ball game. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Thomas. It's Biyombo with the rebound. Here are the Hornets with the ball. Here's Washington. Offline with his 3. Right wing. Gioza passes to Thomas. Rozier with the steal. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Bridges for 3. It doesn't go for him. The Nets go the other way with it. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And a great track record in the draft for the Nets. Karis LeVert selected with the 20th pick, and Jared Allen taken at 22.
And you might want to throw in guys too. Rodions Kurucs, the 40th pick in 2018, had a big impact, even participated in the Rising Stars Challenge. And, you know, sometimes you got to make your own breaks, make your own good fortune, and that's exactly what the Nets have done.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Nice job hitting him right in stride. Excellent play.
Here's Allen. Drilled from 11 feet out. Hornets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Washington, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim.
Yeah, just couldn't contain himself, couldn't control himself there.
Charlotte moving the ball around. Graham kicks to Rozier. Pass to Biyombo. Knocked away. Bridges with it. 6 to shoot. Pass to Washington. And Charlotte again with the bucket. Looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to the Heat. Harris passes to Allen. And it's Allen with the jam.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
And so Graham will bring it up for the Hornets. And the pass to Biyombo. And it's Biyombo with the jam.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Allen for 3. It's Biyombo with the rebound. Charlotte leading by 4.
Well, I covered Jared Allen in college, and you look at the physical profile he's got. 7.5-foot wingspan, big hands, explosive, really good athlete. Oh, he's got all the tools and an upside without limits.
Now Bridges, after Jared Allen missed from long range. Shoots over LeVert. Bridges misses. Nets trail by 4. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. And here's Harris from the arc. Here's Thomas. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. You were talking, Clark, about Allen's length and leaping ability. He's dangerous around the rim.
Boy, he sure is, guys. Still developing his skill game, but he's already more than serviceable at the offensive end of the floor. And we know he's a rim protector defensively. Good feet, gets up and down, has a nice touch and good hands. Boy, this guy is going to be some kind of player going forward.
And so it's Charlotte with it. After the basket by Brooklyn, Biyombo, no luck.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Here's Rozier. He drains it from the right block.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Jacks up a 3. Harris's shot is off. Charlotte's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Down low, Biombo slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's on Jared Allen.
Hey, when Biombo's deep inside, it's fun to watch because you know this guy is going to finish with a flush.
24 seconds left to play in the first. Passes it to Allen. Puts it up from 15. Jump shot is good that time. Allen's got 8.
And I like the decision-making. He's taking what the defense is willing to give him.
You know, more and more big guys in the league have that mid-range shot in their bag now, and they need it.
And stolen by Biombo. Rozier, the pass to Zeller. Biombo with it. Pass to Bacon. With 1 on the clock. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. The basket's come. We did. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Hornets.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Caruch is out there with Luwawu. Then it's Garrett Temple. Then there's Allen. And it's Johnson in at the 1. Now here's Allen. And Bacon pulls it down. Over the last decade or so, the Hornets haven't had a lot of success, Clark, in the draft.
Well, you take a look at it, guys, and they've traded away a multitude of picks, and picks that have turned into guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tobias Harris, 2 outstanding young players. They've missed on the picks they've kept. I think they've got to do a better job of building from within.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Pass to Caruch. Batum brings the double team. Here's Temple. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Temple's got his first basket of the night.
Oh, tough play. Boy, did he have to fight to get that one to the rim.
Rozier kicks to Batum. Biombo, the pass to Rozier. It's a nice pass in here by Charlotte. They get the rebound. Biombo, that's good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And it's Allen with the jam.
Allen's got some old-school big man in him. He's got great hands and mobility and does a good job finishing above the rim.
The kick out to Rozier. To the inside. Here's Zeller. Ambo trying to break free. A nice shot by Zeller. Zeller's got the lead up to 9 now for the Hornets. Here's Johnson. Zeller grabs the board. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
And with the playoffs ahead, some have argued for a play-in tournament, Clark, to determine the 6 through 10 seeds. What do you think of that?
An interesting concept that, in theory, it certainly might allow for more teams to be engaged down the stretch. You know, with Adam Silver, he's very much interested in seeing how to make the game better in every way. So there are no sacred cows. Just because it's been done one way before doesn't mean that he's not looking at ways to change it for improvement.
And keep that fan base really interested.
Yeah, that's a big part of what's made the league as successful as it has been worldwide.
Charlotte making a switch here. Graham's checked in. The Nets also changing it up. Joe Harris comes in for Allen. And it's Crawford in for Garrett Temple. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Washington's checked in for the Hornets. Nets trail by 9. The pass to Karuch. In the corner, it's Crawford. And it's off from three-point range. Hornets have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Here's Washington. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
You know, Batum is not just a scorer. He's a really good all-around player. Very effective at finding the open man, too.
Counted good.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Bacon the pass to Zeller. Now Graham. Passes it to Washington. Here's Bacon. Guarded by Harris. Clock at 4. Pass to Zeller. Charlotte needs to get a shot.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
There's 39 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Karuch. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. Charlotte leading by 9. Pass to Washington. Banked in off the glass. Washington's got 14 points for the game.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Bridges, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. 20 seconds left in the first half. Here's Washington. 14 points for him. And he lays it straight in. 16 points for him.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets looking at a 13-point lead.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a... And that'll do...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for Charlotte. Bridges out there with Washington. Then there's Terry Rozier. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Graham in at the 2.
How about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff.
Yeah, right. I don't know how much weight that carries, Kevin. You look at a player like Bismack Biyombo, and I love his presence in the paint. A real rim protector because he's not only got length, but he's also got jumping ability and some girth as well.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Boy, he's doing everything he can at this point. The rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
Washington passes to Biyombo. Right through the D for the layup. Biyombo's got 9 points. And with Biyombo, the length of his arms, Clark, helps him with that great rim protection.
Yeah, you know, I agree. It's a blend of length and strength, guys. He can be a boulder on the block, a rugged physical presence there, and hard to move when he gets anchored in.
And it's slammed in by Bridges.
And solid at just cutting through the defense. Give Bridges a lane, and he'll make you pay.
He dishes it to Graham. Bridges kicks to Rozier. Back to Bridges. The pass to Biyombo. It's stolen by Allen. Here's LeVert. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, the easy hoop assisted by Allen that time. He's developed a nice passing game.
To the paint. Poked loose and stolen by Thomas. Allen in the post. Biyombo on him. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Nets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
When you watch the Hornets play, you can expect a very controlled game.
Yeah, you know, they don't push too much and make silly mistakes. Fantastic when it comes to minimizing turnovers, controlling the pace. They've been one of the best teams at keeping turnovers down since 2014.
Here's LeVert. Allen. It's good on the putback.
Well, you see the hustle from Allen there, guys, and his relentlessness and the mindset to keep at it really allows him to gobble up those offensive boards.
Here's Washington. Got it. Good job in the low post. Washington's got 20 points.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And he banks in the layup. He's got 22.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And that one hits back iron. Offensive rebound. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Excels at driving to the basket. Bridges making the D get physical with him when he penetrates.
First trip to the line for him here.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line, and when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look confident.
And, guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Zeller, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Washington, and it's Batum in for Rozier. Here's Zeller, and it's sent back by Allen.
It's really hard to shoot over Allen, which is probably why you shouldn't try to do it.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock.
And James Borrego, in his second year as head coach, wants an offense that relies on quick decision-making. They are looking to attack defenses early.
And, you know, that kind of offense, Greg, is one that's not easy to put into place. You've got to trust the players, and the players have to trust each other, and the players have to make good decisions. It's a steep learning curve, but I really think it's the ideal way to play once you get it all ironed out.
The Nets making a switch here. Courage is checked in. Here's Bacon. Here's Batum. Second shot opportunity. Here's Zeller. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Zeller's got 9 points. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Hornets.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
And he drops it in from the low post. He's got 11. 36 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Luwawu, powered down with both hands.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Zeller at basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
Johnson outside. Back to Temple from past the arc. That one's not going to go. From deep three-point range, it's off. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Joe Harris. Jared Allen is out there with Lance Thomas. Then it's Crawford. And it's Chioza in at the point. Kicks it to Zeller. Looks good. Is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries. Mark, you were so good at such an early age in your basketball career. At what point did you personally realize just how far the game could take you?
You know, it really resonated with me, Kevin, I think at a summer basketball camp at Miami of Ohio when some of the better campers, high school campers, were asked to play with the college guys at night. And then during pickup games in my hometown of Cleveland with some of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow and Mike Mitchell, and being able to compete somewhat with those guys at 15 and 16 years of age and having them encourage me to keep going and that I'd have a chance to do what they were doing at the time, which was play pro ball.
Shot from the wing. No good off the front iron. Nets trail by 14. LeVert finds Harris. Three-pointer. Bridges with the board. For Charlotte, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
That's a nice play there. Not going to miss many from there.
To the middle. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Cody Zeller.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Boy, a stalwart defender who knows his strengths on offense. I mean, Allen is a fantastic two-way threat, and he wants to get better. This is a guy whose future is bright.
And the Hornets making a change here. Washington's checked in. Second chance shot. He kicks it to Zeller. Passes to Rozier. 6 on the shot clock. Zeller with it. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Bridges misses.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Allen, that's good.
And, guys, Allen is certainly in the zone. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and when he does that, he'll stay with it. He won't let up.
Out to the right wing. Here's Washington. Drops one in from the wing. Washington's got 24 points.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
And he comes up with the deuce.
Boy, LeVert's showing you his unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open, he loves getting you the ball.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Allen kicks to Thomas. Got a piece of it. Now Rozier. In the corner, it's Bridges. Pass to Washington. This one for 3. Bridges misses. And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for Brooklyn. A 12-point game. From the corner. Good on the jump shot. Chioza's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, I didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Here's Grant. LeVert defending. Zeller passes to Washington. Brooklyn with the rebound. Allen's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Thomas kicks to LeVert. Puts it up. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Thomas got 3 assists in the game. Zeller passes to Washington. Out to the wing. Pulls it from 20. Graham with the bucket. And the Hornets lead by 10.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
Chioza, no good. For Charlotte, they've gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Pass to Washington. Kicks it to Bridges. And 1:01 left in the 4th quarter. The feed to Zeller. Over Allen. And there's Zeller. And that's good on the assist from Bridges. And now a 12-point Charlotte lead.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Hornets.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this is a great team effort by everyone.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. LeVert the pass to Harris. Over Bridges. Harris misses. There's the pass to Zeller. Now, here's Bridges. Graham surveying the floor. Off the mark. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. A confident win and one where they clearly...
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over.
The subway system in. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at the Hornets. They would be at the golf course if the playoffs happened today, looking to make a final push. And, of course, the Knicks, a couple spots below.
And seeing where the Knicks are, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
No, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating to everyone. The players, the coaches, the fans. I mean, there was the idea that they might struggle, but now reality is setting in.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. They've got Washington. Also Bridges out there. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the 2-guard spot. And for New York, Barrett is out there with Alfred Payton. Then it's Julius Randle. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Harkless in at the small forward. And Graham throws it down hard.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
No, but his teammates love that kind of energy, fellas. I mean, dunks like this demonstrate leadership.
And it's Biyombo with the rebound. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. And here is Graham. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Miami.
And that didn't come at the cost of his defense. In fact, I think it fed his defense. He had 4 steals in that game.
And it's Rozier missing. The Knicks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Payton finds Gibson. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. Well, Chris, as we wind toward the end of the regular season, what do you notice as an analyst that you didn't notice when you were playing?
Wow, I think what I didn't notice when I was playing was everything that goes on around the arena. Now I get to the games a couple of hours early. I get to interact with fans. I get to see game productions. The business of basketball, just how much everyone loves the game, from Adam Silver down to someone at the concession stands at the arena, how it really is a community and a family. Because when I was in Sacramento, I'm just playing for Sacramento. I didn't realize how many people in New York and Detroit and other places supported not only us in Sacramento, but their home teams, and just seeing how passionate everyone in the business of basketball, how passionate they are. And that's just something awesome to be a part of.
And the Knicks with possession here. After the basket by Charlotte, Randle, count that one.
Let the big man eat. Give it to Randle there, and he's locked in on the score.
And so Graham will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. 4-point game.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Pass to Randle. Back to Gibson. Here's Graham. The Knicks pull it in. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta. To the inside. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. New York ball. Well, every team goes into the draft looking for finishers like these. Here are the most efficient scorers among this year's rookie class. You look at Washington. 4th in the league and as consistent as they come.
He's scoring and finishing at a very high level. I mean, playing within himself offensively and being very discerning with his shot selection.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Bobby Portis comes in for Julius Randle. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Maurice Harkless. So it's the Knicks now. Hornets leading by 6. And with Cody Zeller, he has a very workmanlike approach when he's on the floor.
Yeah, Kevin, and that's what Zeller is all about, playing a simple meat and potatoes type game. I mean, what he does won't show up in the box score, but it'll show up in the stands.
Now, here's Barrett. He's coming off a 16-point game against Atlanta.
But we got to talk about his D2. 4 steals in the game. I mean, a complete all-around effort for him.
So quick and decisive. Barrett's speed and fearlessness is hard to match up against when you're defending.
That free throw, no good.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they had a very strong bench, not only with their scoring, but how they impact rebounding and passing. I mean, one of the better benches in this league.
And the Knicks making a change here. Ntilikina's checked in. Bacon, he's checked in for the Hornets. Batum comes in for Terry Rozier. Here's Bacon, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Graham kicks to Batum. Shot clock at 6. Inside, here's Zeller. Again, the Hornets score.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
To the wing on the left. The pass to Portis. That one, no good. And the Hornets now going the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami. Stolen by Bullock. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game clock. The shot's good from Ntilikina.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Here's Zeller. Makes it off the glass. Zeller's got 6.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
As a playmaker, Barrett has improved his vision, plays with a good recognition and been very unselfish.
Free throw good. Bullock. Here's Biyombo. He's coming off a 10-point game against Miami. Pass to Bacon. And here is Graham. From deep. That shot, no good. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're leading. And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we've been watching from the Hornets.
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Well, I love the ball movement so far, Jay. Everything clicking at the offensive end.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And New York looking at who they've got. Knox out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then there's Reggie Bullock. Then there's Wayne Ellington. And it's Ntilikina in at the 1. And he converts the layup. Ntilikina's got his second basket of the night.
Fleshing out his offensive game over time. Ntilikina wants to keep improving in the paint.
Bacon the pass to Graham. He feeds it to Biyombo. Over Robinson. Biyombo. That's good. 6 points for him.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And the basket by Knox.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Pass to Bacon. Outside, Batum. And stolen by Ellington. And now it's Ellington running. He can go all the way. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Can't leave anyone uncovered around Ntilikina. He is so adept at exploiting situations like that.
Batum finds Biyombo. Zeller with it. Back to Biyombo. And blocked the ball with his palm. What a defensive play. And a fast break now for the Knicks. And the basket by Knox. Knox has got 4 this quarter.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Batum dishes to Biyombo. Zeller. Some solid defense from Robinson.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against them. That's just great work inside.
A shot by Ellington, no good.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Come on, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to make the next pass. Otherwise, you're just predictable.
A different look for New York. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Rando comes in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Ntilikina. Gibson passes to Knox. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Knox has got 6.
given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
No question, GA. I mean, it takes skill and a certain level of fearlessness.
Zeller inside. Randall on him. Washington, that's good. The shoe culture becoming a bigger part of the game. Signature shoes, custom shoes, collections. P.J. Tucker with over 4,000 pairs of shoes. See, Webb, are you a collector?
I love it, and it's all because of the Jordan phenomenon. What Michael Jordan did for the game, not just with the shoe, but what he did for the game and making it be so cool in the culture. I got to give my boys in Michigan, I got to give us a little credit, too, with what we did there. But the shoe game has definitely become something that's just crazy out of control. I love it, but no, yeah, I'm a little bit of a collector.
Rozier score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Pass to Washington. Rozier kicks to Bridges. Making the pass to Bridges. 6 to shoot. Here's Zeller. They get it back. No good on that one. Knicks trail by 5. Randall surveying the D. And it's Gibson, that time on the assist from Randall. Gibson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
For 3, Bridges knocks down the 3 ball. And the Hornets lead by 6.
Capable of scorching you from the perimeter. When Bridges has a great look, he takes advantage.
And Randall throws it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Bridges shot good.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
Down low and stolen by Zeller. Fast break now for Charlotte. Bridges leading the charge. And the shot goes in. And now it's an 8-point Charlotte lead.
I love the fact that Bridges does a little bit of everything, including passing the ball.
Here we go, one-on-one. The shot's good from Bacon.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him.
Here's Knox. No good from 11 feet. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets going into the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello back. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Charlotte in control. They lead by 10. And big. And that's a wrap for our.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Hornets leading by 10. Setting the floor for the Hornets. We've got Bismack Biyombo. Washington out there with Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the shooting guard position. Washington passes to Biyombo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Bridges. Biyombo trying to break free. That's tipped. Here's Payton. And the basket is good. Payton's got the first field goal of the second half for the Knicks.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
And the basket by Rozier.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless. And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Knicks have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Bobby Portis is checked in for Randall. Bridges with it. Picked up by Portis. And it's Washington missing.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season, the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do in the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. Number 1, the Knicks.
You know, they've been so aggressive on the offensive boards, and they're earning every one of those second chance buckets with that relentless effort.
And Gibson kicks to Payton. And the pass to Barrett. The 3. A rebound by Washington. So Rozier will bring it up for Charlotte. Harkless with the steal. Here's Portis. Banked in off the glass. Portis has got his first points in this one.
A high percentage shooter from these spots. Portis has tons of confidence in his inside scoring ability.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
Oh, man, so unselfish. He's doing a great job creating for others and making pinpoint passes.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
We're just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Gibson. And Frank Ntilikina's subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Portis can't get it to go.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Now here's Harkless. Defense right on him. Robinson passes to Harkless. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist.
Nice pass. I mean, putting in work on the interior. You gotta love it.
Pass to Graham. Biyombo with it. Robinson on him. Graham dishes to Biyombo. And good that time. Biyombo's got the lead up to 12 now for Charlotte.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. Trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Barrett kicks to Ntilikina. Passes it to Robinson. And finished off by Robinson.
And ball movement is important to any club. Ntilikina making it a priority to share it with his guys.
Batum passes to Washington. And it goes down 2 points. Washington's got 4 points in the quarter.
Look, that's a nice play. You need low post scoring to keep your offense balanced.
Pass to Ntilikina. And the 3 off target. Charlotte leading by 12. The feed to Biyombo. Tipped away. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Rozier with the ball. Picked up by Portis. Robinson with the block. And he gets it back. Washington, that's good. New York's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Yes, that goes in. And it's 6 points for R.J. Barrett.
Man, I tell you, hard to guard Barrett any better than that. At times, he's capable of taking and making the tough shot.
Here's Washington. Some solid defense from Robinson. That will count. Can't connect. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Hornets lead by 12. And here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right there.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Reggie Bullock is out there with Wayne Ellington. And it's Knox in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for New York right now. The kick out to Rozier. On the wing, Batum. There's the pass to Bacon. Feeds it to Zeller. A beautiful reverse layup. And the Hornets lead by 12. A lot of player ejections in the playoffs last year. In fact, the highest in 3 decades. Seems like tensions, yes, with the officials are still escalating.
Well, yeah, the relationship between the players and the referees, you know, it's always an ongoing process, and it's definitely getting better. But last year we had the highest number of new referees in the history of the NBA. And so you're going to have a growing pains when you have younger guys and understanding the culture of the league. But I like the way that we're going, and some of those rejections were warranted. Some of them weren't. I just look at that year as, that just happened. Let's see what happens. I'm not going to hold players and referees accountable to last season. I think we need a little bit more context before we make a decision on player ejections and flagrants and things like that. Just a little more research.
Payton passes to Knox. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Yes, there is that transition from being a player to retirement. It can be a challenge for some. What were the keys that you found in succeeding at that?
Well, first I think it's adjusting to the fact you don't have the same schedule. You don't have a physical release that you used to have. You miss the locker room and the camaraderie with all the guys. So you miss the culture. But secondly, I would say take all the lessons that you learned, and for me this was big, from sports and use them in business. So in business, I became a rookie in other areas. I found a Chris Mullin type in business. I found a Latrell Sprewell type, guys that would mentor you, guys that you would play on their team. Humble yourself, get back to it, get to practice, get to meetings early, stay at practice late, stay at meetings, then be the last one that leaves, and just take the culture of basketball, infuse that athletic personality into the personality of whatever you go into next, and you can use those tenets to have a wonderful retirement and really enjoy it. So for me, it's been awesome. And by the way, I've had twins, and so since retiring, and that'll keep you just as busy as it was you were playing. So you can find ways to keep that same lifestyle.
That's right, and some sound advice too. Zeller passes to Bacon. For 3, Bridges. The Knicks pull it in. And a fast break now for the Knicks. It's blocked.
And the impact Bridges makes on the defensive end, showing he's not to be messed with.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's Randall. Here's Washington. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
And solid at just cutting through the defense. Give Bridges a lane, and he'll make you pay.
Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Rozier with the steal. The 3. But they get it back. There's Bacon. They get it back.
And the work ethic of Zeller. Now that's what makes him dangerous when scoping out opportunities on the offensive glass.
Randall left side. New York again turning it over. It's checked in for New York. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Graham's checked in. Hornets leading by 19 points. Washington passes to Bridges. Charlotte moving the ball around. Graham kicks to Rozier. Pass to Zeller. Now, here's Bridges. Shot clock at 5. Here's Washington. Trying to get open is Gibson. Washington, that's good. Washington's got 14 points here in the second half.
That's just a product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
Chris, what's your definition of most valuable player?
LeBron, Michael Jordan. Okay, okay, the best player in the league. That's my definition. Who makes players better? Who brings the fans into the game? There's only one type of player that's an MVP, and there's only about 6 guys any year that can be MVP. But if you're talking about guys that help you, let's say, are the best on the contract or getting the most bang for their buck, you got to look at guys like a Siakam. You know, he's just making over $2 million this season, still playing on that rookie contract, and those are the guys that are on their way up. So you can always find young talent playing for maybe less than what they should be getting at that time, but the most valuable player continues to be the top 6 players of the league, period.
And the Hornets with possession here. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Rozier with the ball. Back to Bridges. Zeller dishes to Bridges. Rozier looking around. Charlotte needs to get a shot. Shot by Zeller, no good. It's been several possessions since they've converted.
And they've got to find a way to change that.
The shot by Harkless, no good. Now Graham. From deep. Off target with that shot.
Fantastic defense from Barrett there. It helps big time when he gets the hustle.
And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one.